back with another video. What's good, man? You know what it is. Only time for Currency Podcast, man. We back. You know what I'm saying? We switched locations, you know what I'm saying? So, we had to come stop and get something to eat, man. Come see what the New Orleans culture was about. Let everybody know what we got going on. What you order while we at this place right here?
Okay. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a country boy, comfort food kind of man at heart. This is New Orleans famous andouille sausage, red beans, and rice. Y'all, I love red beans and rice. Red beans and rice is one of my favorites. To be honest with you, I cook red beans and rice more than I cook anything else. I just love the comfortness of it. And we're here, and it's really good, to be honest with you. That's a good thing about New Orleans. You're going to get different styles of red beans and rice, etouffee, crawfish, but it's all going to kind of coincide together. So I love that. In other words, I can go anywhere in this city and try different styles of the red beans and rice. It's just my favorite, and I love it. I do.
Getting back into your work and your businesses. How does carrying out the daily tasks of having your own business work out for you? How do you handle that?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it can be a bit stressful because it's a struggle. Every day is always something that you got to think about or do if you're a business owner. And with my businesses in particular, I know for sure that my fish market, we always need fish. People buy fish. I mean, they buy the fish up. Like there's nothing left.
Right.
You know how sometimes you have something left over? Like I just never have nothing left. And so my biggest thing is always, keeping that production and that inventory up. And that's what I love about being able to come to Louisiana. We got so many different varieties that we can always look into, tap into. And if you didn't know, my business of my fish market, we provide fresh fish. And
That's about to be my next question. Where you get your fish from?
Yeah, so Duncan Newberry Fresh Fish Market LLC is a hand-caught fish business. So we catch our fish by hand, and that's how we sell our fish. We don't buy frozen fish. We don't buy for any vendors that can give us any crap. So we actually buy our fresh fish, and we make sure that it's fresh for each customer. That's what we try to do.
Right. So working in the fresh fish market, you said that's business that you're working with your husband with.
Yeah.
How is that working with your husband, being in business?
Working with Kentrell has been one of my most proudest honors, because to be quite honest with you, either somebody gonna be for you or they're gonna be against you.
Right.
Ain't no in between.
Right.
And I'm glad that the fact that my husband, of course, has been an individual that's been for me. So he and I come together, we're progressive. And so that's what I like about the whole essence of he and I, because he's just not a person that's against me. And so working with my husband, it's been really a very proud moment I can be proud of. I'm happy about that.
Right. So how do you feel about working with other people in general?
Tell the truth or lie? Which one you want me to tell the truth or lie?
I know we want the truth here.
I don't trust people.
Right.
I don't trust other folks.
Right.
Working with other people ain't my memo. To be quite honest with you, let me just be real. I can work with other people. I can get along with other people for the most part. It's just when people are into that mind frame of like trying to call you down or tear you down, I'm not with that.
Right.
So it's so hard for me to find the genuine people that I know they're going to be for me to work with. Because you can go find any Joe Blow off the street to come work for you, but is Joe Blow for you, or is he trying to call you down? And we tend to be like that as black people. We tend to call each other down for no particular reason when we all come from the same cloth.
Right.
Like, I'm not in here to compete with you. I'm here for us all to win.
Right.
And any of you that know me, or any one of you that's seen any of my social medias, y'all already know that I'm for the greater good. Like, I'm for the, the bright light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not here to claw you down. I'm not here to compete against you. Shit, you let me know what you know. I'm gonna let you know what I know.
Right.
Period.
That's good. A lot of people don't have that aspect. Like how you said, I had that conversation with another interviewee that for us as black people, it's hard for us to work together for whatever we've been through, whether you've been messed over by somebody, just bad business, or just know that this person just might mess over you. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like we can get over that type of shit, or you just feel like that's just something that we have to work on as individuals?
We definitely have to work on it as individuals because everybody is cut from a different cloth. Now, we all may be from the same cloth as a culture, a community, as Black Lives Matter, but at the end of the day, we all have an individuality, and so that's important as well. It's the person, it's the inner person you have to work on. I'm gonna just go ahead and be frank with you. I mean, Kevin Gates said it best. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm against Black Lives Matter, but the only person that's tearing down a black person is really a black person.
Right.
White folks have their hands in it. I'm not gonna act like they're just innocent, but at the end of the day, though, we do more damage than the others.
Right.
And so, how I see things, I just see that, we just all need to come together and like push each other up. That's why I'm just always on the greater later of shit. What you doing? Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. Let me scratch your back. You scratch my back. I'm really that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just who I am. Like, I'm not trying to tear the next person. No, it's just not in my blood. It's just not what I believe.
Yeah. That's a good way of thinking and a good mindset, because, like I said, I had this conversation with another interviewee about people not working together, and that's why I started the podcast, to connect people, network, and show them that networking really works for people.
Yes.
So do you feel like when you started the business, you was good at networking, or that's something you had to work on?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a people person is something that kind of came natural for me.
Mm-hmm.
But also learning how to network, I did have to learn some skills behind that. But it was, in its own way, easy. Because I was able to be open-minded to other thoughts. Networking is always about hearing a collaboration of others. It's not about you. I mean, it's about you, what you bring in, but not just you.
Right.
And so to me, with networking, it's about hearing others and hearing what they got to say and what they know that you don't know, or what I know that they don't know. And let me give you this and you give me that. And that's my biggest thing with networking. I didn't always know that, and so I had to learn that. But I learned it very early on.
That's for sure. Facts. So while you got your mimosa here, I'm gonna ask you a slew of questions right here. I want you to give me your answer.
You're trying to wear me out, y'all.
I want you to give me the reason why you picked this answer. So and you answer it to your own discretion. Smoking or drinking?
Either or, you saying?
And if you pick both, you gotta drink. Drink champs do not. Drink champs do not. Why you picking both? On what?
Well, let me just be. This is obviously a real podcast, so I'm gonna be honest. Because what we understand is that cannabis or THC or any of that stuff has become actually some help for us. In health reasons, people have been able to been cured from different diseases. People have been able to been free of pain. And so I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem as if one is better than the other. To be honest with you, in my case, they're both hand in hand.
Right. Right, so he picked both. That was the first. He picked both. All right, so daytime or nighttime?
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, what am I doing?
Like I said, it's to your own discretion. Whatever you feel like.
I'm just gonna go. Okay, so right daytime.
All right. Why you pick daytime over night?
I pick daytime right now because I don't have a nightlife. Where I'm at now in my life, I want to have a family. I want to be able to be a lending, helping hand to others, be supportive as a friend, a husband, a brother. I want to be able to be that kind of person. So nightlife is just not so much important to me. It at one point in time, but now it's just not so important to me. Being able to have those different diversities amongst other people is more important rather than just having a nightlife. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I be in the bed pretty early. So I ain't gonna lie, my nightlife, I have to plan for it.
Right.
Plan my-
Money or respect?
One thing for certain and two things for sure. I don't need nobody's money. Thank y'all for it. But I'm gonna tell you something about respect. We've come a long way as a community, as a culture, and I'm not asking for respect no more. I demand it. I demand my respect because you know why? I'm gonna give you yours back. You're gonna have it off top. It ain't no asking, is he gonna respect me? Should I? You're gonna get that when you meet me. So therefore, in my case, I demand it back. I'm not asking you to give it to me. You're gonna give it back to me because you're gonna get it off top.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And money, of course, money comes and goes. You know, I could be broke today. I could be happy tomorrow. You know, financially wealthy. But money comes and goes. I don't look at that like that's not always a thing.
Right. So that was a neither. You don't need no respect or no money.
No, I pick respect.
Okay.
Yeah, I pick the respect because, like I told you, ultimately and off top, I'm gonna give you. When you meet me, I'm gonna give you the utmost.
Right.
So I demand it back.
Right.
I demand it. I'm not taking it no other kind of way. And that's just how I look at it.
Right. Is that how you handle certain things accordingly? Because like you in business, and do you take that in accountability? If somebody being an asshole, would you still work with them because you need them for business, or you just like fuck that, like whatever? Because I'm about my respect.
To be quite honest with you, I'm a leader, and I lead by example. I'm not gonna ask anyone to do anything that I can't. I can't do everything, and if I can't do it, I'll seek to find out how. But what I will say is, you're not sticking around because I need you like that. It's got to be a mutual respect. Period. It's got. That's the only, like I'm not. Oh, he's such a great worker, or man, I can get this. It gotta be. We see each other. That's just kind of how I see it more so because I feel like that's gonna run out. That's gonna be fake. That's gonna be old at some point. So if we respect each other, that won't run out. We know where we're coming. You know what I mean? Like we know what the boundaries.
So, you like sports?
Y'all ready for that, huh?
You like sports?
I engage in football.
Yeah. Who you fuck with in football? No.
Well, who I fuck with? If you don't know, I'm gonna always love New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Period.
You in Georgia yelling at?
I'm sorry. Yes, I love my Georgia, but in Georgia, you know, I'm gonna just say this: I love my Georgia Bulldogs too.
Yeah.
They better act like they know. The Georgia Bulldogs running shit straight up, and New Orleans Saints is coming through. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
I have not been very big on basketball. I played both of them when I was young. I played football early on. I played basketball very early on. I engage in both sports. I actually enjoy playing basketball more, but I like watching football.
Right. That was a question in a question. Actually, like both sports. I would ask you which one you like.
That's why I say, you know, I've engaged in both. For us playing football, I always thought, what the hell I like getting out there, breaking my leg or my limb or something on my body. And it's like, you already knew that this was going to happen.
Right.
Why are you mad? Like, ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas out there running against each other, you know what I'm saying, and hurting themselves. And when they hurt themselves, they wonder why.
Right.
Ain't my type of party, but I don't mind watching it. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind watching football. It's just my logic behind it. I'm not getting out there.
Right.
Basketball, I actually, to be honest with you, when I played basketball as a kid, I felt like, damn, I wish I would have gotten this earlier because I didn't know I enjoyed it that much.
Right.
Like I kind of got into it like later on, and I call later on 11 and 12 and 13 because you transition to high school.
Right.
But for like, like early kid basketball stuff, I wish I would have started earlier because I had enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this was really fun.
Right.
I had enjoyed it so much. I just wish I would have started earlier.
Right. So when coming out of Covington and making the transition to Georgia, how was it like just living in GA and having that type of experience from coming from did you move into a country area in Georgia or was it like the city?
I'm sorry, y'all. When y'all see this cheesy smile,
Right.
that means I get really. Georgia is everything to me. Like, oh my gosh. I live in an area called Warner Robins. It's a Air Force base.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first time living in a military city, and y'all, I love Georgia so much. The life that me and my husband has prepared to plan of what we want, everything that I ever wanted. Everything that I ever wanted. It's just really that type of life. And I love it there. It's such the country feel. It's a feel. Let me tell you something. When you go places, it's a feel. When I come to New Orleans, it's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in Georgia, it's a feeling. So, you know, it's not like one or the other, where do I want to be? I love both of them. I love New Orleans for what it is, and I love living in Georgia for what it is.
All right, so I see you travel a lot. Now these are home places, Georgia and New Orleans. That's like back and forth. Even if you wasn't traveling a lot, the places you've been to, like where was the best place you've been to that you feel like
To be quite honest
I
with
keep
you,
going here?
to be quite honest with you, I'm still traveling. I'm still experiencing and exploring. But there is a spot that I've been to here, Colorado.
Yeah.
And when I've been to Colorado, I felt like I didn't get what I needed there. I didn't stay there long enough to experience everything.
Right.
My sister Tristan lived in Colorado for between 9 and 10 years. I went there to live with her. And I kind of took off very early on to come back to Louisiana because you know what? That was all I knew,
Right.
Louisiana. But I really wish that I would have just kind of got a little bit more into it there. So that way, I can say I have a genuine experience. I've been to a few different places. I can't pick which one better or which one is more. I've been to a few different cities. So, but one that I can say that I wish I just would have really given a little bit more time with it and seen how it is. I just really feel like Colorado would have been it. Aurora or Denver, Colorado Springs.
How long you was out there?
Right at a month.
You ain't snowboard or nothing like that?
Snow came right after I left.
No. I know you was like
Devastated.
You know
My
what
sister
I'm
called.
saying?
She was like, "Oh, the snow just starting to come down." I'm like, "Ah."
what month you was in? Because I heard it was
Oh
snow
my
all the way
gosh,
around.
this is so long ago. I do remember. Okay, I went to Colorado during the time Katrina hit. So Katrina hit. I'm telling y'all my age. Katrina hit during the year of 2005. That was my last year of high school. I was a senior, and I was like, "Oh hell no, I ain't finna not graduate. I need my diploma."
Mm-hmm.
And so when Katrina hit in August of 2005, August 29th, I moved to Colorado because my sister Tristan was living there. My sister Tristan's birthday is August 29th, and she was in Colorado when Katrina hit. But the planes and all that stuff were down here in New Orleans, so I was able to take a bus out to Colorado and be able to, live with my sister for a period of time. And I was able to do that. But like I said, the schools opened up back here, and so I was able to come back home to graduate with my class.
It must have been an experience coming from New Orleans and then going to Colorado. Is it something specific that you know, like, I'm not going to ever do this again in Colorado? Or it was all good?
To be honest with you, I have no negativity about it.
That's what's up.
I don't have anything. I feel like I wasn't there to say yay or nay.
Right.
So, I mean, I was there, but I wasn't there to get. Let me tell you something. When I went to Colorado at 18 years old,
Take your time. You got it.
when I went to Colorado, it was the middle of my senior year of high school. And when I went, I was also just being able to come out the closet. So I was just turning 18, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be gay. That was my kind of mark.
Right.
And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just be gay. For those who don't know, I've been with women all my life. I've had women, I've been with women, you women know who. But at a particular age, I just stopped doing that. That just wasn't what I was interested in anymore. And so when I went to Colorado, that was like my first stretch of being, I'm gay. And like I said, it just wasn't long enough for me to say yay or nay because I wasn't there that long.
Or I don't feel like you was focusing on the city. You was focusing on yourself.
Yeah, I was focusing on myself. You gotta remember a large part of my life, look at from like 13 to like 18,
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out how to come out.
Right.
I was trying to figure out how to be gay. That's all I knew I wanted to do. How do I do this? How can I do this with everybody still liking me? How do I figure out? So that was my thing. That's why I say when most kids are planning for college and trying to figure out their careers, I wasn't doing that.
Right.
I was trying to be gay. I was trying to figure out how can I be free.
Right.
But then, of course, when I got 18, I turned gay. I became gay or whatever you want to call it. Came out. And then, oh, now I'm out. Now I need to figure out a career.
Right.
What you gonna do? You gotta remember, I didn't have years to ponder
Right.
what I want to do.
Mhm.
It was just more so like, okay, you gonna go to college or you not? And so I did. I did go to Xavier University here in New Orleans.
Right. That's it.
Gotta give it to Xavier. Yes.
So, we do a lot of discussion about everything up in here. How was college for you?
Yeah. So when I mentioned that I lived in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, that's when I lived in New Orleans. When I went to Xavier. Xavier did everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was very early on, very young. So that was new. So that was before Colorado. It was very early. I'm sorry, that was after Colorado. So it was very early on, and I was still. I'm gonna be honest with you. The same thing happened to Colorado happened to Xavier.
Right.
I went to Colorado and got homesick.
Right.
I went to Xavier University and got homesick. Baby, why do I love Covington, Louisiana?
Why you be going back?
But that was the end of that too. After I had done those two transitions, and I realized like, hey, you can't do that. You can't keep traveling places and want to move somewhere and then get homesick.
Right.
And I grew out of that. I really did. And so that's when, of course, I lived in Baton Rouge, and I was able to stay in Baton Rouge for 11 years.
Right.
Outside of Covington.
Exactly. Out the way.
And then here now I reside in Georgia.
That's good, man. That's good. You're keeping everything in full circle. Even if you do come back home and go back out, sometimes people need that. But like you said, there's also a time where, there's more out there.
Yeah, there's more than the world. I always like to make this very frank. There's more to the world than just our hood.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just be real with you guys. We all come from the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I love my hood, especially Covington. I love my hood, baby. You heard me. I grew up there. That's where I got the guts of it from. And so I'm never gonna bash Covington, Louisiana. Covington, Louisiana gonna always be. That's where it's at for me. And like I say, my hood represent me. They show love to me. They show support for me. So I'm gonna always have that same love and respect back. However, there's more to the world than the hood. That's my point. We have to understand as a culture, as a community, as black people, I know we was raised a certain way, but there's more to the world. There's more to life. Be honest with you, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this out there. Just being a gay man, I've been able to experience so much more because as a little young black boy, all I knew was the hood.
Right.
But being an out gay man, I know a thing or two. Like I've been able to experience and know more of what the world has to offer.
Right.